Hi, my name is Joseph Thoma, and this is a video about my experience in first semester here at the University of North Carolina, Greensboro. I want to make this presentation to reflect on how my classes are going and life in general. Throughout this video, you'll see the ups and the downs of my journey. So without further ado, let's begin. So here I am, just a kid from New York, and well, things were different considering I had to move all the way down to New Jersey. It wasn't too much of a move, but it was unique enough to the point where this experience was all new. I'm not sure how I quite felt about it moving from New York to a small town in the center of New Jersey called Whippany. It was small and it was new, and I guess I just needed to take some time to getting used to. So I would spend all my years there for the rest of high school and elementary school and middle school, and I would enjoy myself creating new memories and new friends, and the transition from elementary, middle, and high school was very unique. I experienced a lot of good grades and bad grades and good times and bad times, and well, things worked out in the end because I graduated high school and I got to move on to college. Through the college process, it was very unique. I had a lot of different colleges I wanted to go to, but I wound up going to the University of North Carolina, Greensboro. One of the reasons why I actually went to UNCG was because of my passion for track and cross country. You see, the coach here offered me a huge scholarship just to come down and run for the team. So I got to follow my passion here, and I thought it was a win-win scenario. The only problem was I really didn't know what my major was. I thought being exploratory was very different. I didn't know what math, history, or science. I had no idea what I wanted to do. It was very confusing. So here I was, enrolled with a bunch of classes with the constant thought of how I had no idea what exactly I wanted. I was really confused at the moment, and I was just in shock at how I didn't know what I wanted. There were so many choices, and I was so conflicted with things like media studies, forensic science, kinesiology, journalism. There were just so many options, and I had so many interests, but I never could really just stick to one of them. I always thought that it was best to just have all my options open. I had so many choices and such little idea of which one I wanted to pursue, for each had their own separate coursework. It was very different, and college was starting to pile on me already. I had just arrived here, and I thought I had so much work. I would get all my grades back, I'd get homework, I'd get so many assignments all within the first week. I felt so small in the pile of coursework. So, August 14th had finally arrived, and well, it was the first day of classes. I had attended my first class and was overwhelmed how drastic the change was. There were so much more people in the classes than I thought, that I was considering they were lecture classes. From the transition of high school to college, class size became a huge change. I realized also that all my friends were gone. It was sad on the first day, and it was really tough to make friends. After leaving the state of New Jersey to come to the University of North Carolina, it was a tough transition. I lost a lot of my friends, and it was hard to say goodbye to them because they were all staying in New Jersey, or at least close to the area. It was really tough, and well, I already missed them enough. Being a twin brother was probably more on the easier side. I felt I always had a best friend, and well, it was nice to be able to room with him considering that we were both going to the same college. Being a twin was more on the beneficial side. But on our floor of our dorm, we would stay with the whole cross-country team, so I would start to talk more and become friends with the team. We would always have to wake up at 6:30 in the morning just to go run, and I guess we all would bond at the fact that we had to wake up so early, and it was highly unnecessary. But we did what our coach told us because, well, we were getting paid, and we were getting here on our scholarship. Me and my teammates, we had a lot of fun running in the morning, and I just enjoyed spending time with them. It was fairly easy to balance cross-country and my grades, but as the semester went by, I started to realize that things were changing. I would soon realize that I had an injury for cross-country that would keep me out for a while. I had a problem in my IT band, and that would prevent me from running for practically the whole season. Then I had a fever. Well, I had mono. It was possibly the worst thing. I started to feel different in a way that I was weak and tired, and I was always hoping my GPA would boost up. But eventually that didn't necessarily work out, considering the fact that I always felt down, and I always felt that this mono was just destroying me on the inside. My GPA started to fall because I wasn't really attending classes too much, considering that I can't, and considering I was weak. Some professors understood, and some didn't. I knew I had to change this, and work toward getting it up so I could maintain a good grade. So eventually, taking test after test and doing homework, my grade would go up into a strong B. Although a B wasn't exactly what I wanted, it was a good marking point to help me figure out that I needed to get my GPA back up again and my grades. It was a good wake-up call. At this point, I was trying to figure out why I really was in that slump, and I had to figure out what was wrong. Whether it was my confusion or the fact that I wasn't interested in the course, it was later in that semester that the recurring problem appeared of not knowing what I really wanted to pursue as a major. I tried putting it off, and eventually I found this course, FYE, my first experience class. There we took the time to figure out what it meant to be exploratory, and how being a freshman was a tough transition to the next 40 years of college. It helped me learn not only about myself, but more about my passions and my interests. I would figure out things that I liked and disliked, and I can say it really allowed me to grow as a person. The class really helped me develop into a better student and just a better person in general. In my first year experience class, we would work on projects such as the strong interest inventory that really helped me figure out certain topics or majors that I was interested in based on how I answered the survey. For example, I got art was a 95% and economics wasn't so good with a 5%. In the class, we would do reflection journals every week. They would help us reflect on things in college that we never really thought of or we needed to talk about. So we would do those, and soon later on do group projects that helped us gain more knowledge on not just the course but things at here at UNCG. The course helped us set up meetings with our advisors, and not just academic meetings but just meetings in general that allowed us to get more of an understanding for certain classes or work out our schedule for next semester. They advised us to do things and get active on campus and just get more of an understanding and be able to be set on the right foot. Although I'm still figuring out what my major is right now, I do have a clear idea on how I want to get to the end goal of finding my major. I know it's a process, and that with certain ideas and light bulbs in my head, I can figure out what it is I really want. I realize that it's a process and that it takes time and that I am not alone in it. I realize I have so many resources to help me and create more understanding of my passions and interests. The course has given me more understanding on how to get from point A to point B when finding out what my major of interest is. Thanks to this class, I've received much support and guidance to put me on the path to success in this coming semester and years. My confidence has raised, and I'm very confident in finding my major and getting good grades in college. All my years of high school, I thought it was best to go into college with the major of choice. I always thought that if I was exploratory, I would be judged for not knowing what I wanted to do or wasting my time. At this time, I was very confused, and I didn't really have an idea of what I wanted to do, but I knew that I couldn't let the stereotypes get to me. There were stereotypes of just people judging you for not actually knowing what you wanted to do in life, and I felt that that was just negative and I didn't need that. Instead, I wanted to focus on how being exploratory was positive. And in my first semester here at UNCG, I've learned a lot and have grown as an individual because of my experience, and I know that being exploratory is incredibly useful. With the help of the first year experience course, I definitely feel like I know what it means to succeed at the G now. It means that you need to grow as a person and an individual while also accepting help and receiving help along the way. The first chapter of my college experience of being exploratory was most definitely unique, but I think that it's time I close the book and open up another path to success here at UNCG. Another open book with new opportunities and new experiences that will just help me grow. I am very happy with what this course has done for me, and I'm happy for all the experiences and opportunities that have helped me grow as a student. And although it's the end, actually, I think it's more of just the beginning. You see, because I have so many new opportunities and new friends to help me along the way, and I can't wait to start beginning